What is a thesis? It is a report of a scholar upon some piece of research which he has completed. In the area of computing, it is defined as a technical report on a systematic investigation of a problem that can be solved using computing. It may include a solution, an approximate or solution, a scientific investigation, or the development of results leading to the solution of the problem. Capstone Project, an undertaking appropriate to a professional field. Second, it should significantly advisors an existing problem or need. Third, an IT capstone project focuses on the infrastructure, application, or processes involved in implementing computing solution to a problem. Responsibilities of a capstone project student. Upon enrollment in the thesis or capstone project, the researcher has the sole responsibility of conceptualizing, undertaking, monitoring, and uniting the thesis report. It is therefore necessary for the researcher to learn the necessary skill and competency in the conduct of a research. Although there will be an assignment advisor who will guide the student researcher in the conduct of the study, it is not the advisor's responsibility to feed everything to the researchers, because there defeats the purpose of teaching a researcher to be independent and to be competent. Besides, it will be researchers who will present the result of the study in the final oral defense and not the advisor. Capstone Project as a thesis and a research work is from JET Memorandum Order Number 25 Series of 2015. The thesis capstone project are required for candidates for graduation in all computing programs. Both the thesis and capstone projects are terminal projects requirements that would not only demonstrate a student's comprehensive knowledge of the area of study and research methods used, but also allow them to apply the concepts and method to a specific problem in their area of specialization. CSICT Intellectual Property Policy. The college adopts a university research development's intellectual property policy and guidelines, treasuring the substantial creativity, innovativeness, and intellectual contribution of the faculty, research, and support staff, as well as the student in the creation of intellectual property. The university adopts the policy guidelines of the Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines. A project duration. The thesis capstone project will be completed within 2 semesters. Capstone project first and capstone project second. In case that the student will not be able to comply the requirements within the prescribed semester, he or she will be given another 2 semesters as extension to complete the capstone project. Failure to complete within the 4 semesters duration, the student will be required to re-enroll capstone project first and capstone project second, considering that the average lifespan of software is 3 years. In case the student will pass thesis but will fail to complete capstone second within 2 semesters, the student will be required to re-enroll thesis capstone project first and thesis capstone project second. Letter B. Project group composition. The composed project group will be composed of almost 3 members depending on the complexity of the project. The students will be allowed to choose their group's members, but still the subject teacher has the final decision to approve the said group depending on the capability of the members of the group. Letter C, project advisor. The dean or program chair is given the authority to select the student's advisor and panel members based from the faculty members' competency and expertise on the Capstone Project topic. The selection of advisor for the Capstone Project will be limited to those faculty members from the ICT. Appointment of advisors from the other department will be allowed on a case basis. Contract of service or COS faculty members may handle Capstone Project advisor provided that there be a permanent faculty member who will co-advisor to ensure that there will be somebody who will assume that advisorship once the contract of the farmer is terminated. The maximum number of Capstone Project advisorship is 5 per faculty member. Letter D, panel composition. The dean or program chair will assign qualified and competent faculty members who will constitute the defense panel. The defense panel shall be composed of the following. First is chairman, preferably the dean or program chair or a faculty with at least master degrees. Second one, members. One may be content expert. Letter F, duties, responsibilities of the panel members and content expert. Validate the endorsement of the advisor. The panel serves as internal auditors, putting some form of check and control one of the kinds thesis or capstone projects being approved by the college. Evaluate the deliverables, recommend a verdict, listen and consider the request of the advisor and the proponents or researchers. Nominate a thesis or capstone project for the Outstanding Research Capstone Project Award. Letter G, duties and responsibilities of the project thesis. The subject teacher is by default the advisor of all groups assigned to him. Announce research capstone project areas at the start of the semesters to the students. Conduct general meetings with the students to discuss the capstone project guidelines, policies, and deliverables, and to allow the student to raise and clarify issues. Select proposal hearing and the oral defense panel for each team. Schedule research such as the deadlines of deliverables and proposal hearing, the oral defense sessions. Letter G, duties and responsibilities of the project or thesis capstone project subject teacher. Post schedules proposal hearing and oral defense guidelines, requirements guidelines, and other announcements. Furnish every member of the proposal hearing and oral defense panel with all necessary capstone project documents before the proposal hearing and oral defense panel's evaluation, including revisions and the revised and approved deliverables at every stage of the research or capstone project. Submit collated grades of students under his section for that term. Letter H, duties and responsibilities of the advisors. Meet the team regularly at least twice a month. Note that the team must seek proper appointment to answer questions and help resolve impasses and conflicts. Advisor must remind the proponents or researcher to their work properly, reviews thoroughly all deliverables at every stage of the research to ensure that they meet the department's standard. The advisor may also require his proponents to submit progress reports regularly. Recommends the proponents for proposal hearing and oral defense. The advisor should not sign the proposal hearing notice and the oral defense notice if he believes that the proponents are not yet ready for proposal hearing and oral defense respectively. Thus, if the proponents fail in the proposal hearing or oral defense, it is partially the advisor's fault. Letter E. Duties and responsibilities of the panel chairman. Brief the proponents or researchers about the proposal hearing oral defense program during the actual proposal hearing or oral defense, respectively. Letter H. Duties and responsibilities of the advisor. Clarifies the points during the proposal hearing and oral defense. Second, ensure that all required revisions are incorporated into the appropriate documents and or software. Third, keeps informed of the schedule of research Capstone Project activities, required deliverables, and deadlines. Third, recommends to the proposal hearing and oral defense panel the nomination of his research project of an award. Last, as a special advisor, he is responsible to be a provider. Second, an encourager. Third, a dictator. Fourth, a pushy boss. Fifth, a connector. And last, an employment agency. Letter H. Duties and responsibilities of the advisor. Ensure that the study proposed by students conforms to the standard of the college and or potential impact on the research thrust of the university. Letter J. Thesis Capstone Project presentation as recommended by the Philippine Society of Education. The research committee public presentation is required. It should be a school-paced presentation of open public viewing. Letter K. This is our Capstone Project turnover. Project turnover is limited to the software developed, not including the equipment used during implementation as stated in the month. In the event that the student is willing to donate the equipment, it must be stated in the month. Letter L. This is our Capstone Project grading system. The final grade of each proponent will comprise of the following: 30% for average grade of the panel members, 30% also for subject teacher, 30% also for advisor of the Capstone Project or group, and 10% for peer grading for a total of 100% of all. Verdicts. There will be 4 possible verdicts after the proposal defense. The verdict is an unanimous decision among 3 members of the panel committee. Once issued, it is final and irrevocable. Approved minor revisions are necessary, but they do not have to be presented in front of any check by all panelists. 86 to 100. Approved with revisions. Major revision shall be incorporated in the final copy of the revised project proposal summary. There must be checked by the panelists to 70 to 85. Disapprove. The proponents or researchers failed to propose a researchable or scholarly capstone project below 70. Verdicts or final defense accepted with revision. Revisions are necessary, but they do not have to be presented in front of and checked by all panelists for 71 to 100. Re-oral defense. Another oral defense session in which all 70 to 85 not accepted, the proponents researchers failed to propose a researchable or scholarly capstone project below 70. System and manuscript defense. Capstone project output or group create using system prototype 70%. Rubric. Oral examination individual grade sum. Rubric with proposal is equivalent for 30% for a total of 100%. Capstone project output group grade 70%. The output should be consistent with the objectives as defined during the proposal stage is equivalent for 25%. All major module and features of the system's output as defined after proposal stage are delivered. The credit shall be based on the percentage of delivered items is equivalent for 25%. And group debugging or the group shall display competence in resolving planted bugs is equivalent for 20% for a total of 70%.